Diddy Docket for Tuesday, June 3rd. Before testimony began, the prosecutor did have to let the judge know somebody that was in the courtroom doing Mia's testimony used her real name out in the public square. Mia is the assistant of Diddy who testified last week to numerous incidents of sexual and physical abuse, who testified under the alias Mia. Only the jury got to see her passport with her real name. Somebody in the courtroom is attempting to publicize her real name. There's also an organization on social media who made a post about who she really was. So the prosecutors also asked the judge to instruct that organization to take down that social media post to keep her identity confidential. There was also a heckler out in the gallery of the courtroom who jumped up and said, "Diddy, these MFers are laughing at you." They were immediately escorted out by security. First on the stand is Eddy Garcia, who is a former security officer who worked at the InterContinental Hotel. The incident occurred where Diddy is on tape beating Cassie Ventura. He testified that Diddy Chief of Staff, Christina Quorum, KK, came to the InterContinental Hotel, asked to see the surveillance footage of that night, March 5th, 2016. She had called prior to arriving in person. He told her that she needed a subpoena. When she arrived, he repeated that she needed a subpoena. She told him that she just wanted to see the tape to see how bad it was, and he just replied, "It's really bad." Initially, Mr. Garcia did tell Diddy that he did not have access to the tape, but later on he contacted Combs saying that his boss had agreed that if he paid for the tape, that he would be able to give him the only copy of this security footage. He met with Diddy in person, providing a thumb drive, telling him this was the only copy, that the other footage had been erased from the system. He was concerned on whether or not this would come back up if Cassie would file a police report, that the police would request a copy of the security footage. Diddy assured him that Cassie would not file a police report. He got on the telephone with a woman who he assumed was Cassie. Diddy told the person on the phone, let him know that you just want this to go away. He got on the telephone. The woman told him, "Yes, I don't want the details of this video to come out. She just wanted it to go away." He did sign a non-disclosure agreement. The non-disclosure said that the video did not exist on any other servers, that he would not divulge the details of this deal. He said they could have copies of his driver's license as well as for him, his boss, and the original security officer that responded to the incident. In total, Diddy paid $100,000 for the copy of the security footage. $50,000 of that money would go to his supervisor who approved the deal with Combs, $20,000 to another security guard who was involved. He kept $30,000 for himself. He added to his testimony that he was nervous about signing the NDA. He did not read the full details before he signed it. He said that Diddy paid him the money in cash in a brown paper bag. On cross-examination, Mr. Garcia did admit that he was not initially truthful to the police when he was questioned about the incident. Also, the defense pointed out, of course, that the NDA did not stop him from revealing the details of the NDA in legal proceedings. This was just to undermine his credibility, saying that, he had previously lied to police and that he had broken the terms of the NDA. Next on the stand was Ferguson, who has held many executive titles for Sean Combs' companies, including Chief Financial Officer for Bad Boy Entertainment. He worked for Biggie from 1998 to 2012. At times, Ferguson was responsible for Diddy's personal finances. So he was on the stand to discuss how the companies were set up, how they were structured, that many executives were given American Express cards to charge business expenses, but a lot of the business was in cash. His explanation for the business or carrying so much cash is because artists, security guards, bodyguards prefer to be paid in cash. He really was there just to solidify or confirm whether or not the business was used for fraud or any illegal activity. He said for the entire time he worked there, he did not notice any fraud. Nobody paid taxes they were not supposed to. It was something they were not supposed to do. He did not see anybody commit crimes. He did not see anybody in the company make threats of violence. I was not sure why this was a good prosecution witness, because he did not boost their case at all. He pretty much said that Combs ran a legitimate business. He didn't see anything illegal. The only point that he did confirm is that Combs used a lot of cash for his business. It was interesting at the end, the defense attorney asked whether or not he thought highly of Combs, and he was probably the only one who did not immediately say yes. He said, "I don't know how to respond to that." So that wraps up Tuesday's testimony. Until next time.